Guys, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are. First of all, off the back, thank you so much to all those new subscribers. I totally appreciate all your support. It means a world to me, and thank you so much for getting so involved in the comment section down below. It's really helped me out a lot. And I did get feedback about this mask, but I prefer not to use it. So the person that actually did comment about this mask to me, stating that it's better not to have any fragrance in it, feel free, please DM me and I'll love to send this to you, because I definitely am not going to use it. So also remember I told you we got the Kylie foaming face wash. No, not for me, thank you very much. It actually broke me out. As you can see, it broke me out something terrible. So that's why I don't usually go for the expensive skincare. I have such what's the word I'm looking for, fussy or picky skin, that it's so weird to say this, but the cheap products works best for me. And I was like, at least I gave it a try, but I actually did end up giving it to my daughter, but definitely not again. So you guys, thank you once again for joining me. I appreciate it. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Ronelle, and I just give my 2 cents in a whole lot of stuff, or maybe review some products, or just talk about random stuff. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today, and don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. So you guys, today I just want to have a conversation with you guys, and I am talking about everything that's going on with JEFFREE STAR. And before you turn off or say you're not interested, my whole message here is respect. Can we not just respect one another? If you support JEFFREE STAR, all well and good. If you support James Charles, all well and good. If you support Tati, all well and good. Or when it comes to the drama commentary channels, go ahead, support them, you know. But what I'm trying to say is all this back and forth and coming after these people, it just respect them for who they are. Me personally, there's a whole lot of things I don't agree with JEFFREE STAR with. But at the end of the day, he doesn't affect my daily life. What he does in his life doesn't affect my daily life. But I do buy his products because, once again, I'm going to say, his products are fantastic. Absolutely 100% fantastic. But we're going to get into that. So the main thing I want to talk about today is basically the whole respect aspect of it, and how people are jumping ship. And that's the way I feel right now, because I watched this Kam Lester video quite a few times, but the thing is, like, my whole question was, why now? You know, or he didn't give anything solid. Before we get into the video, you guys, I also want to talk about these drama channels or commentary channels. You know how people come after them, or people decide to jump ship. People basically assume. They don't know facts, they just assume. So let's start off and then we'll get into everything. But for right now, I just want to play bits and pieces of what I took from Kam Lester's video, because it's just mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. I couldn't figure out why now.
Hi guys, I want to get on my platform and just be transparent as possible. I have been really struggling for the past few days with this. I really have been super scared to use my platform. I've been super scared to speak from my heart and speak up for myself. A lot has been going on, a lot has been changing, but I know this might come to a shock to a lot of people, and I want to be raw with you guys. This is why I'm doing it on live and not on a YouTube channel. I don't want to monetize this. I don't want any gain from this. The only gain I want is peace and my truth, and this is my personal truth. I'm going to speak about a story, well, a long story that's been happening to me, and I'm just going to keep it honest and very open on my personal truth. Everyone else has their own truth, and they might perceive things differently, and that's okay, but this is my truth, and this is how I perceive it, and I'm literally shaking, guys. This is just so scary to even do. This is my truth. I'm going to move forward, speak on my platform for the better of the beauty community, and no longer be silenced, no longer be manipulated, no longer have fear, and speak up for myself because I've been manipulated. I have had fear of speaking up and not using my voice. I'm going to be talking about why I no longer support JEFFREE STAR, JEFFREE STAR Cosmetics, and Shane Dawson. And I will no longer support JEFFREE STAR or JEFFREE STAR Cosmetics this day forward. I cannot do it. As a black beauty boy, I have fought for my spot to just even be heard, to be seen in this beauty community. Makeup gave me peace and I came into this industry authentic. But let me start with the story. I'm going to try not to get emotional. I'm going to try to be honest. I'm going to try to make it straightforward as possible for everyone. I can't fit everything in it because this has been going on for over a year. But this is my truth. So, I'm going to start where I first felt like something was off with my relationship with JEFFREE STAR. The first thing was, we were cool. I didn't get any bad vibes from JEFFREE. I did a campaign with him and stuff, and, I was really grateful. And I'm a very grateful person. I always will be grateful for the opportunities and the connections that I benefited from JEFFREE STAR and JEFFREE STAR Cosmetics. But there were so many cons that it outweighed the pros. I remember being in Houston, so this is the first instance that something happened. I remember being in Houston, and I was there with Rich Lux to collab, and, JEFFREE was there, he was doing work and business and all that kind of stuff, and we were sitting in a Louis Vuitton store with several people in the store, and I was excited, I was having fun, I was getting to kind of see the behind the scenes of JEFFREE's life, and, stuff that I wanted to do once I got bigger and established into the beauty community, and I remember there was this instance where he's like, asked me if I like James or not. And I was just so shocked. He was like, do you like James? Like, do you like him? And I just was so shocked and uncomfortable because he's like such a big powerhouse, and he asked me this, and I was like, I didn't even know what to say to that. I was just uncomfortable. There's people around me, and he just like was so blunt and out of nowhere asked me, do you like James? And if you guys know me, James helped me with my career when I first got into the beauty space and tell my HIV story. Like, he's always been very supportive of me. And I was like, I don't have a problem with him. Do I agree with everything he does? No. But I don't have a personal problem with him, and he's done so much for me, so why would I go against him? And he was like, well, you don't fucking know him forever. And I just was like taken back when he said that because I was like, it all happened so fast. He's like, and later that night I got into the car with Rich Lux, and he told me himself that JEFFREE was asking, he thinks that Rich Lux told me that JEFFREE thought I was talking to James at the Louis Vuitton store. And from that, when I was in that car, I knew that he automatically just didn't trust me off the jump. And this is early on in our relationship. This is in the beginning. It was never something where he personally attacked me, but there was also another situation in Houston when the next day when we were in the hotel, and I was in his hotel, and we were just chilling. We were talking to Rich Lux again and a few other people, and I was talking to JEFFREE, and I remember Shane Dawson called, and he was going off about James Charles and something, and telling, just cursing James out, and I was just kind of taken back because I'd never seen Shane Dawson like that, and he was just going in on James. And I was like, oh, is there there's something brewing, there's something going on with James and Shane and JEFFREE. So I was just uncomfortable, and I just was like, I'm gonna stay over here. I don't even know what to do. I was really small at this point. I'm still pretty small, and I was just like, I'm not saying anything. I was terrified. I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna go back home and act like nothing happened, and and I kept doing that. But I knew from there, I knew Shane wasn't the person that he was perceived online. So that situation happens, and I just knew something was brewing with James from the jump. 3 months later, James had his scandal. And I stayed silent because I wanted to protect myself. I wanted to protect my platform. So fast forward, things are okay. I'm just kind of keeping it under the radar. I'm still supporting JEFFREE, still supporting James. I'm still supporting, posting JEFFREE STAR Cosmetics and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so then there's a situation, and when Mama Mitchell, I don't want to get him into this because he's not really part of the story, but we were at Mama Mitchell's event, and I remember talking about Jackie, and I was like, I think you need to apologize to Jackie, or something along the lines, review her palette, or just kind of as a black influencer, I'm always going to be supportive of Jackie, and I've always looked up to her. She's always done so much, and I know JEFFREE and them didn't have the best history, but we would always randomly talk about them. Even in Houston, we talked about them, and he just would nod his head. And then I brought it up again at Mitchell's event, and I was like, hey, are you gonna say anything? I feel like it would really say a lot if you could apologize to Jackie and the community and all this kind of stuff. And he kind of shut it down. He's like, she doesn't deserve a fucking spot on my platform, which was understandable, and it is his platform, and he has all rights to do whatever he wants to do on his platform. And I was just left it at that, but I was definitely hurt as a black boy and a black influencer that loves Jackie, that he's not trying to grow or amend that disconnect that he did, or that wrongdoing that he has done. So I was just like, whatever, it wasn't personally towards me, so I was uncomfortable, but I just was like, whatever, it really isn't. Hey, got to a point where I just felt like I was being used as a black boy. It's overwhelming, especially as a smaller influencer. You don't have all the networks, you don't have all the money in the world, and I just felt like it wasn't a friendship. It was never a friendship in the beginning to start with. It was always something I was kind of like the token black kid. And once I kind of was starting to fall back, I saw that he put my ex-best friend into a campaign recently, and I didn't want, like, I didn't care about my ex-friend being in a campaign. I was just more upset that I felt like he was trying to send a message in some way that I was replaceable as a black boy, and, you know, I don't know, I just felt like once I didn't do what he wanted me to do, he tried to bring me down. Someone on his team reached out to me yesterday asking if I know any black creators that will support Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and I'm like, in this climate, I really don't know, but I know recently before the Shane Dawson launch, he took off a lot of black boys. When she called me and was asking me like who I know and stuff like that, I felt like this was a game. I felt like this continued to be a game with Jeffree and a game with Shane Dawson. Even with Shane Dawson posting me on his platform, I was grateful, but I felt like it was kind of like to silence me and be like, we're gonna just keep giving you breadcrumbs and hanging you by a string and manipulating you so you just stay quiet, so you will never speak your truth, so you won't talk about that situation in the hotel. I felt always silenced. Like I felt like I kept getting breadcrumbs. And I just, now, this is not to, like, and I just want to say now, this is not, there's so much more that's in between that I can't even say, but now I just want to move on with my life and have peace and not constantly think, OMG, like, did I do the right thing, or is this the right move, is this the right thing, hey, stop, like, is this the right move that I did? I just want to be honest and authentic with my platform, and I was not doing that, and I can no longer support that type of energy, and because he was telling me, like, oh, we're going to do a YouTube video, we're going to change your career, we're going to do this. And, you know, he was just, like, saying all these things that were just never falling through. My job is to tell my truth and be authentic about my truth and tell you guys what I perceived.
Is he just doing this now because of this whole BLM movement? Because in I can't even count how many times he's mentioned black boy. He's mentioned black token. You know, anything in regard to black. And then he goes and he uplifts Jackie Aina. So, I don't know. It's just a thought. And then he does go off and he does admit that Jeffree Star, he has benefited from Jeffree Star. Okay. And then another thing he also admits is that he never ever had any personal attacks towards him from Jeffree Star. So all this to me is like, why now? You know, it just doesn't fall into place. And then he keeps mentioning how he's small. You know, it takes time to grow. You gotta put the effort out there. You can't expect to be now in Jeffree Star's campaign and you expect now Jeffree Star to put you on this higher level. You gotta work towards things, you know, or is it just me? But that's just the way I feel. And then he talks about Jackie Aina. So this to me just doesn't feel, the timing was wrong. I feel he should have come out with this a lot sooner. But also, I feel that maybe he feels during this time with the pandemic that we're going through and things are a bit slow. And then maybe he feels, or he's seeing a lot of other black influencers are being recognized and the notoriety is picking up for them, but nothing's happening for him. So maybe he wants to put himself out there and this is the best way to put himself out there. So another thing for me is he kept using the phrase, he felt like the black boy. That was his feelings. And even in the end of the video, or the last piece of my video, which I show you, that's the way he perceived things to be. Jeffree didn't show him that. That's the way he felt. I'm not taking away from what he's feeling, but I'm just saying Jeffree didn't treat him this way. That's just the way he felt. Also, another thing is maybe he's having a hard time accepting, because he did mention in his video that he distanced himself. So probably Jeffree felt and Jeffree saw, okay, you're distancing yourself, so let's use Vic. And as you will see, Vic was using the campaign, and Vic was also in Jeffree Star's reveal video of the cremated palette. So maybe it made him feel a certain kind of way to say, well, oh, but you didn't want to do that for me, but you're doing it for him. So maybe there's like a little bit of ill feeling there. Even when he mentioned when Cammy called him, he didn't use her name, he kept using the girl that works for Jeffree, which I feel is very, very disrespectful. But anyway, And that was also maybe another thing that worked him up, was to say, oh, but why you're reaching out to me to find out about other black influencers where I'm not getting any notoriety, I'm not benefiting in any way, so why should I? You know, but at the end of the day, that's just my thoughts. Then we move on to the whole Shane Dawson thing. This is where I have an issue, okay? Shane Dawson, we don't know, with any YouTubers, we just see what we see on the screen. We don't know behind the scenes, obviously, okay? So we don't know people's true feelings or true ways. But at the end of the day, Shane Dawson has been through some shit in his career. We all know that. And Shane Dawson has grown a hell of a lot. So for Kam to throw Shane under the bus like this, it's like, wow. Wow. And then you get all the bandwagoners. That's what I call them, the bandwagon, that actually want to jump on the bandwagon and like, yes, we knew Shane was like this. Shane was always like this, but nobody would, you know what? Get yourselves alive, okay? And he didn't give full context of that conversation. So anything could have been going down. We can assume the world, you know, but he didn't specifically say what went down. So if Kam is using this as a way to uplift himself or to get to the next level, it's sad. Because at the end of the day, once again, I'm going to say, he wasn't treated this way. That's the way he perceived it. Let's get that clear. And by no means am I saying that Jeffree Star is an angel. Jeffree Star is an arsehole. We all know that he's an arsehole. Jeffree loves drama. Jeffree likes getting into other people's business. Jeffree's just that type of person. Jeffree is hella entertaining. So if people want to come across as, and yes, I get it, Jeffree needs to be accountable for all his dirty ways or his actions, whatever you want to say. But you got to understand one thing, people. We can't hold anybody else accountable. We can only hold ourselves accountable. End of the story, you know. But you got to also realize that nothing ever goes undone, especially if you have done something bad. It always catches up with you, always. And in regard to these drama channels, okay, first, Kam made his Instagram video, right? Then one of Jeffree's friends, longtime friends, Tab, made his video, which you guys, I'm not going to pick apart or talk about. I'm actually going to put Dustin Dailey's video down below, which is absolutely fantastic. You can draw your own conclusions from that. You can, everything is there for you to see. 100% fantastic. Then we move on to Ashley Kyle. Ashley Kyle decided to, let me jump on the bandwagon, okay? So Ashley Kyle came on and showed all the DMs, showed everything, her correspondence during the whole dramageddon with James Charles. But this is my thing, okay? If you really felt that bad, right? So why didn't you set that money aside? And if you felt that you didn't deserve it, donate it. Because those days are gone. I'm sure that money's gone. End of story, okay? But it's now, why get on the bandwagon, okay, of everybody coming out? Okay, let me come out to show you what a dirty and horrible person Jeffree Star is. Get over yourself. Like Kam said in his video, everybody feels, oh, once I got contact with Jeffree, oh, Jeffree's my friend. Really? When you just have communication with somebody, how do you class them as your friend? Have you ever met this person? Because I wouldn't do that. Maybe I would associate you or class you as an acquaintance, but I'm not going to class you as a friend. But I don't know, that's just me. So then everybody started on, oh, but we feel so bad because this is what we did to James Charles. We didn't have any receipts. We were just getting this from Jeffree. That's on your. That is on your. You're supposed to be drama channels. They're supposed to be investigating and getting receipts and all that. No, Ashley, you were the one that took Jeffree's word. You were the gullible one. You were the idiot. So don't come and say, oh, now Tati. Don't bring Tati into this. Leave it all on you. And the reason I say that is because you were the one corresponding and just being gullible and taking everything what Jeffree Star's telling you, knowing that that's how he operates. He likes to feed you stuff, but you grabbed it and you ran with it. Before we move on to anybody else, I've always heard about Here for the Tea. I've heard about this woman that's always crying wolf, always playing the victim. And I've seen her popping up in different people's lives. For instance, tea time, then tea trigger. Then now, what sets it off for me to say something now is what she said to Vic Ram. And I'm gonna put it on the screen. So this woman, a grown woman, like I also say about Tati, how can a grown woman have come on and said something? How can a grown woman troll social media and just go after people? I'm trying to be nice here. I really am trying to be nice. Who are you to come? I really am trying to find nice words to say. I truly am. But at the end of the day, this is a grown woman that'll just go and let on to anybody, whether you, and recently it's just been smaller YouTube channels or smaller creators, should I say, and will do her dirty work for her. And the sad thing is that they feel this is an angel. This woman latches onto everybody that will fit her narrative, which is sad. Because nowadays, when you go into these people's lives, it's no more kiki with Here for the Tea and, oh, how we're on a payroll and how we're still waiting for our check. Oh no, it's all crickets. Silence. Where are those tea channels now that want to be following in her footsteps and being their little minions when these people are doxing kids, doxing children? Where are they? They want to hold everybody else accountable, but they can't hold themselves accountable. Don't want to talk about tea trigger, a grown-ass man, and apparently his wife, wanting to dox a kid. Not because they want to be the saviors, like, oh, we've unblocked this. Look at how they went and they tried, or even I think doxed, but don't quote me on that. Spill Sesh. That is the sweetest, most gentle person I've ever come across. I don't know her personally, but from her videos, she's got no malice in her, absolutely nothing. But they came after her. It's like, what the hell is wrong with these people? This woman Here for the Tea, she is just an evil person. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. If you are so all about that life and you so in touch with yourself, come back to YouTube. Show your face, do your thing. Don't be behind the scenes letting all your minions do your dirty work. Don't do that. Or you try to fluff them up and like, you know what that's called? That is called a coward. End of story. Just a coward. So let's move on to this person. This person that's so high and mighty on hypocrisy. That's it. Hypocrisy. And he calls them the bully channels. First of all, let me just play the clip and we'll get back to it.
This is all new information, you guys, because these two boys who directly have worked with Jeffree Star, two of his models who have been modeling for Jeffree Star, just released a video yesterday and the day before yesterday talking about Miss Jeffree's tea, spilling her tea. The reality is, one of the boys said that Jeffree Star planned the James Charles attack to take him down when Miss Tati Westbrook. Miss Thing said that Jeffree Star, that he heard about 3 months before the whole James Charles scandal, he overheard a conversation between between Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson where they were cussing James Charles out, and that they were going to, that they were planning something. That they were planning to do something towards James Charles. They were doing videos with her. Shane Dawson was doing videos with James, and Jeffree Star was doing videos with James. They were acting like they were good old Judies. The whole time, though, behind the scenes, they were talking about her and fully hating on her and planning something against her. I think Tati was heavily, heavily influenced by Jeffree Star.
Okay, Miss Luscious Massacre. If you want to create a narrative, or if you want to tell a story, get your facts right first. You guys, in the beginning, I'm actually, to your to your Kam Lester's full Instagram story, go to his Instagram and listen to the full thing. But for the most part, the narrative that's Luscious is putting out is totally false. Kam Lester did not say anything about how Jeffree and Shane cooked up this whole thing. It was assumed, it's still assumed, nobody knows facts yet. Another thing is that your whole issue with these bully channels happened last year. You had your time to sort this out, to come after them. But you let it go. So now all of a sudden, you're not doing that well. Your views are low. So you also, another bandwagoner that wants to hop on the bandwagon and join the Jeffree Star hate train. By all means, go on. If that pays your bills, go on. But get your facts right. If you want to come after Rich Lux, Dustin Dailey, Nick Snyder, you're basically wasting your own time, because I don't know these people. I clearly don't know these people. I watch your channels, but they've moved on from you long ago. Rich Lux personally has owned his bias. How many more times must I say that? He's owned his bias. He's moved on from you. You have the nerve. You still hanging on. You hanging on by threads, trying to gain traction. You're not going to get that traction. Then you call Dustin Dailey and Nick Snyder bully channels. I wouldn't say it's called bully channels. It's just called standing up for themselves. Because have you not noticed the hate that these people get? You on Twitter quite often. Have you seen the negative tweets these people get? That's it. And all I'm saying is, can we just not be respectful of each other? If you choose to support Jeffree Star, by all means, go ahead. I'm going to speak for myself. I support Jeffree Star. His brand is fantastic. I have not heard not one person that uses or buys his products and say, oh no, this just wasn't it for me. Not one person. I mean, personally, myself. As for his ways, I somehow get it, but I'm not gonna analyze it, but I get it. He doesn't affect my daily life. He does not contribute to my daily life. He's hella entertaining, don't get me wrong. Now, when it comes to James Charles, I choose not to support him because it's like, you've done shit, but you keep on doing shit, you know. And another thing is that you're not producing anything. He's a fantastic, absolutely fantastic makeup artist, but there's nothing to gain from it for me personally. He hasn't come out with any new palettes. He only has merch. He's just not my cup of tea. End of story. And I'm sorry if you were a James Charles supporter. I can't apologize for it. He's just not my cup of tea. I will go and I will support many. I support Laura Lee. I support anybody. I even support James Charles. If you go back and look on my video, I've done giveaways with these palettes. I'm still sitting with one of these palettes, but he's just not my cup of tea. And then when you guys went after Tati, I want you to go back. You all went down her throat. And can we stop one thing? Can we stop age shaming people? Tati is she's a grown woman. Tati went and took this kid under her wing. She brought him up from the bottom to where he is now. She felt so betrayed by what he had done. Unfortunately, we don't know what made her. We can only assume why she made that video. But that woman was hurt. Pain is pain, you guys. She is a figure online. So she felt like she needed to come out and say her piece. What she said came from the heart. What she said was true. But you guys are holding her responsible for the accusations that JEFFREE STAR made without receipts. I'm just saying, you all have literally run this woman off social media. You all have literally run her off of YouTube, and I hope that's not the case. I truly hope in my heart of hearts that she is, something good is happening to her. I really hope that is true, you know, because let me tell you something, I can vouch for this. You guys, look at my nails. These are my real nails, okay? I use Tati's supplements every day. My hair has grown so much. As you can see, I give a shit about my hair. It is boiling hot in Mobile, Alabama. There is no need to even do anything but just have it the way it is. But her products are fantastic. Absolutely 100% fantastic. So that's what I do. I will stand by and I will support those people that sell things that's gonna work for me. So if you can respect that, I commend you. If you can't respect that, then I don't know, you guys. I truly don't know. So if you get a person like here for the tea, a grown woman that wants to come and tell a person of color how he should be acting, or how he should be supporting, or who he shouldn't be supporting, I rest my case. She came after Vic Ram, okay? She came after Rich Lux. You guys, if Rich Lux was not robbed, if he set this up himself, it's gonna catch up with him. It truly is gonna catch up with him. But for now, we got to empathize with him, you guys. You know, or just let it go. Just don't say anything at all. Don't say anything at all. But when you get nasty people like here for the tea that want to come out with their little, I don't even know what to call it, she needs to stop. She needs to stop. Maybe she should take a little hiatus off of social media, because she comes after all the little people. She knows she's going to get it from all the other bigger ones, but she'll come after all the little ones. And I do feel for those people that she comes after, because another thing you must notice, whenever she comes for somebody, she gets shut down. She always gets shut down. So when is she going to get the drift? You know what I'm saying? When is she going to accept, you know what, this maybe is just not for me? So just let it go. Just let it go. But at the end of the day, one, can you please stop age-shaming Tati? Can you stop doing that? Number two, for all the James Charles stands and the Jeffree Star stands, stay in your own lane. Stay in your own lane. That's all it is. Whatever you do wrong, you're going to suffer the consequences. End of story, period, people. So if you want to come online and be the knight in shining armor or the savior or whatever it is and come to the defense, how can you come to the defense of somebody that you don't even know? How? I can understand if that's part of your family, if that's maybe a family member. I get it 100%. But one thing I am going to do, example, Shane Dawson. Why is Shane Dawson the way he is? Because people have shamed him for his ways, for his body image. Okay? Let's look at Dustin Dailey. People come after him for shit. I remember the one time on Twitter, somebody came after him when his dog passed away. Now, what human being in their right mind attacks people's emotions? Why? Then we move on to Nick Snyder. Okay. Everybody came after Nick Snyder for his, how do I even say this? For his extracurricular activities. Let's put it that way. People were actually putting on Twitter and trying to let other people in and say, oh, let's go after his sponsors. Who does that? Why would you want to go after somebody's money? Why? These are human beings. This is how they make their living. You have a choice. Keep on watching or click off. Or don't even be subscribed. You know, don't. They are just there for entertainment purposes. They're not there to prove facts to you. It's just their opinions. It's for you to come to your own conclusion. But you guys, all I'm saying is, let's just be respectful. Yes, I know I've come after here for the tea. I've come after LUSCIOUS. But at the end of the day, here for the tea is spreading hate. End of story, period. She lies so much. She spreads a false narrative. Same with LUSCIOUS Massacr. He's just so caught up in these bully channels. These bully channels have moved on from him. It's old, it's gone, it's finished. They're done with you. But you're still in that, you're still in last year. They've moved on. They truly have moved on. But you there sitting behind in your little room, spreading false information. No. But you guys, before I end this video, I did get some information about Jeffree Star did respond to Kam Lester, and this is I got from Sebastian Williams.
Girl, how much did you smoke today? I told you to grow out your facial hair, and I checked on you after your breakup. is actually the last thing me and you spoke about. That is the most craziest, manipulative, most insane thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I know you're upset. Your boyfriend left you. He stopped loving you. Your roommate moved out. You attacked Fenty. They didn't respond. And now people are coming for you for supporting me. So you trying to flip the script, make up a bunch of lies, and make me the devil is so boring. Girl. By the way, cute goatee. Come back to earth.
That's the message Kam got from JEFFREE STAR. That's just who JEFFREE STAR is. JEFFREE STAR is gonna come at you. JEFFREE STAR has no filter. JEFFREE STAR doesn't give a shit about the next person. What must we do? You know, Kam came against him. What did Kam expect? What did Kam expect? JEFFREE is the type of person where he likes loyalty. You know, JEFFREE STAR expects, okay, I've done for you, let me separate. Or, this is the way I see it, okay, is that JEFFREE feels he's helped you, okay? He wants loyalty from you, okay? But people seem to be afraid of him. I have never been in a space or in a time of my life where I've been so afraid of somebody. Never. The only time, okay, is when I was young. I was shit scared of my parents. Let's be honest. We've all been at that point. I would not even do a damn thing. I think even when I graduated, when I was in high school, I didn't want to even do anything that would piss my parents off. But as an adult, I don't see how you can get to that point when you're scared of somebody. You got to know who you are. You got to know your worth. You got to have a backbone. Because you're not going to make it in any industry. But that's just me. I apologize for this video being so long, you guys. If you made it till the end, thank you so much. And please don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. And at the end of the day, you know, we all grown. We can all have a civilized conversation. Leave your comments down below. Whoever you support, I respect you 100%. So let that go both ways. So at the end of the day, just be kind. Be kind to one another. That's all you got to do. You're not forced to do anything, you know. You don't have to go the extra mile and send hate or be hurtful to the next person. There's no way you can excuse ignorance. You just gotta let it go. You know, there's nothing you can do. But at the end of the day, be respectful. That's all. Just be respectful. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate you. Like I said, please feel free to leave your comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are about all this. And I truly 100% and wholeheartedly wish Kam nothing but success for the future. I hope he does get peace from this. And yes, I know JEFFREE's phone call to him was, I just got no words, because that's just how JEFFREE thrives. You know, he likes to be arrogant. He likes to, you know, hand it to people. Thank you so much once again. Please have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Don't forget, please be kind to one another. I love you guys and have a wonderful day. Bye now.